I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We move on now to page 31 of the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook. And we take a closer look at the new minor scales of B flat minor and G sharp minor. We're going to have a closer look in both the harmonic minor and the melodic minor forms, which we've done before, but it's worth just having a little bit of a revisit of that topic first. And so before we start looking at these keys in particular, I'm just going to move down to the bottom of the page where there's a little bit of space, and I'm just going to revise the steps that are required. It's so easy if you just remember these simple steps. And so for the harmonic minor, we have 2 steps. And then for the melodic minor, and I always write it this way so I can just visually recognise that I've definitely got all of the things that I need to think about if I just remember these steps. We've got steps 1, steps 2 and step 3. And so for both of these, the first thing we need to think about is what the related, what the related key is. And what the key signature of that would be. So for both of step 1s, it's just the related key and what the key signature would be of that. Now, in the harmonic minor, step 2 is the same, going up and down, and it's simply that we have to raise the 7th. Now, in the melodic minor, step 2 regards the ascending version of the scale. Step 3 regards the descending version of the scale. And so when we are ascending in the melodic minor, we have to raise some steps again, but with this time we don't just raise step 7, we raise degrees 6 and 7. And then coming back down, it's kind of back to stage 1 again almost. So you could think 1, 2, 1, but it's coming down is the related key only. We get rid of these raised 6th and 7th. So let's look at this in practice now, looking at our new keys. We know that we need the key signature B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats. And so the key signature is going to do all of the work for us. We've already got B flats, of course, at the beginning and the end, E flats. We've got the A flat, D flat and G flat. Now in order to raise the 7th degree of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the flat must be made natural to raise it by a degree. A flat raised becomes A natural. And that way we will always get the same arrangement of tones and semitones. And if you remember, 2 to 3, 5 to 6 and 7 to 8 are always semitones in a correctly written harmonic minor scale. And it's going to be exactly the same descending. However, don't forget that as you are descending, you're now going 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So your key signature is doing all of the work. All you've got to notice is that this is A flat, and so we need to cancel that for the raised 7th. And again, the semitones are always 2 to 3, 5 to 6, 7 to 8. So you can always just double check it that way. You could construct the scale from the start, bearing that in mind, but it would just take way too long. And it's not a very flexible working knowledge, but it's there as a little double check. So now we'll go to the melodic minor, which has a key signature, of course, of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats. And so the key signature is going to do all of that work for us because we've got the B flats in the key signature, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats. However, we've got to now, on the way up, on the ascending version, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6th and 7th are raised. So G flat must become natural. A flat must become natural. And so that's done for us. And if you like to remember the semitones, if you look at it, would be 2 to 3, C to D flat, and 7 to 8, A to B flat, the A natural to B flat because of that raised 7th. However, it's going to be a different story coming down because it's just the key signatures. So we're going to have the B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats and G flats, and so they've gone back to the key signatures. So they've now gone back, they've lowered back to the key signature, but you don't have to think about it, it automatically does it for you in the key signature. The only thing is, if you've got it all written next door to each other, you may have to cancel the natural sides by adding the flats if you've not got bar lines doing that job for you. So let's look at that again now. Looking at G sharp minor, let's start with the harmonic minor form. And again, we've got the 2 steps. And so we know this is our new key, G sharp minor, which is related to B major, which has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A sharps. And so the key signature is going to do most of the work for us. And if we just think about it, we've got F sharps, C sharps, G sharps twice because that's the tonic, D sharps and A sharps. That's the key signature doing all of that work for us, but we need to raise the 7th. And this now helps us to understand why we've learned about double sharps, because we already have F sharp in the key signature. And so to raise it, it's got to become double sharp. It's not G, because you can't have G in G sharp harmonic minor. We've replaced the note F, and we've gone from E to F double sharp to G sharp. So it's the F that we are representing here. It's the note F on the stave. It's not note G, that would be written on the space. It's enharmonically sounds like a G, but it's not a G. It's representing the note F. And that's why we need the F double sharp there. And so descending is exactly the same story. It's the same scenario. We have the key signature doing all of our work, but we need to raise the 7th, which is already a sharp, and so it needs to become a double sharp to raise that 7th. So the harmonic minor is those simple 2 steps. Let's look at the melodic minor. So step 1 is always to think about the related key and what key signature we are using, and it's still related to, of course, B major, which is F, C, G, D, A sharps, and that's going to do all of the work for us. We have F sharps, C sharps, G sharps occurs twice, that's the tonic, D sharps and A sharps, but now because it's the melodic minor in the ascending form, we raise the 6th and the 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the E is a natural at present. It's E natural because it's not affected by the key signature, and then we raise it by adding a sharp, and then the F is already sharp and because of the key signature, and so we raise it by adding the double sharp. And then coming back down, it's the key signature only, so it's just back to normal F sharp, E natural, because there's nothing going on. You don't need to add a natural sign. The key signature does that for you. The only time you'd need to add that natural sign is if it's following this with no bar lines, and you might need to cancel that accidental if the bar line's not doing it for you in the same run of music. And so we can see the key signatures doing all of the work. It's like coming down in the relative major key, but starting on the tonic G sharp. And so we have F sharps, C sharps, G sharps occurs twice, that's the tonic, D sharps and A sharps, and that's all of the work done. And again, the semitones will work out ascending. We have 2 to 3, 7 to 8, and then descending is 8, 7, 6 to 5, 3 to 2. And that's a last little double check should you feel like you need it. But if you just follow these simple 2 or 3 step formulas, that's everything you need to know. Once you've got your key signatures nicely sorted in your mind or written out on your circle of fifths, everything is done there for you. And so that's that little section completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.